Welcome back to Top Liberty Coins. Today, we dive deep into the mysterious and exciting world of Liberty coins, focusing especially on the iconic 1964 issues and how certain rare pieces have reached unbelievable values in today's market. Imagine holding a coin that looks ordinary at first glance. The familiar design, the subtle shine, the weight in your hand, nothing seems unusual. But what if that same coin, under the right conditions, could be worth hundreds, thousands, or even close to $1 million? That is the magic of rare Liberty coins. The Liberty design itself carries a long and powerful history. It represents freedom, strength, and identity, values deeply rooted in American culture. For decades, Liberty appeared on various coins, including half dollars, quarters, and dimes. Each variation tells its own story, but the 1964 Liberty coin stands out in a particularly unique way. The year 1964 marks a turning point in coin history. It was the last year that U.S. coins were made with a significant amount of silver for circulation. After this, rising silver prices forced a shift toward cheaper metal compositions. This means any Liberty coin from 1964 automatically carries intrinsic value due to its silver content alone. But for collectors, the real excitement goes far beyond metal. Some 1964 Liberty coins are considered rare because of minting errors, limited production runs, or exceptional preservation. These small details, often invisible to the untrained eye, can dramatically increase a coin's value. A tiny doubling of letters, a slight misalignment, or even an unusual shine can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. Now let's talk about the market. Coin collecting, also known as numismatics, is not just a hobby, it's a serious investment world. Prices fluctuate based on demand, rarity, condition, and historical significance. A coin that once circulated for just 50 cents can now sell for thousands. And in extremely rare cases, values can reach astonishing figures like hundreds of thousands or more. One of the most talked about figures in recent discussions is around $787,976.49. While this exact number might sound oddly specific, it reflects how precise and competitive the coin market can be. High-end auctions often push prices to unexpected levels, especially when two or more collectors are determined to own the same rare piece. Condition plays a massive role in this. Coins are graded on a scale, with higher grades indicating better preservation. A 1964 Liberty coin in mint condition, meaning it has no visible wear and retains its original shine, can be exponentially more valuable than the same coin that has been heavily used. Collectors pay a premium for perfection. Another key factor is mint location. Coins minted in different facilities can have subtle differences. For example, coins produced in Denver or San Francisco might carry small mint marks that distinguish them from those minted in Philadelphia. Sometimes, one mint produces far fewer coins than another, instantly making those pieces rarer. Then there are error coins, perhaps the most exciting category. These are coins that were accidentally misprinted during production. While mistakes are usually seen as flaws, in the world of coin collecting, they can be incredibly valuable. A 1964 Liberty coin with a striking error could potentially be worth far more than a perfect standard version. Collectors also look for proof coins. These are specially made coins created with extra care and precision, often intended for collectors rather than circulation. They have a mirror-like finish and sharper details. A 1964 Liberty proof coin in excellent condition can command impressive prices in the market. What makes this even more fascinating is how many of these coins might still be out there, hidden in old collections, forgotten drawers, or passed down through generations. People often inherit coins without realizing their true value. That dusty jar of change sitting on a shelf could contain a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. The emotional side of coin collecting is just as powerful as the financial aspect. Each coin carries history, it has passed through countless hands, witnessed decades of change, and survived through time. Owning a rare Liberty coin is like holding a piece of the past. For beginners, entering the coin market can feel overwhelming. There are so many factors to consider: authenticity, grading, market trends. But with knowledge and patience, anyone can start recognizing valuable coins. The first step is always awareness. Knowing what to look for can make all the difference. Experts recommend carefully examining coins for details such as date clarity, mint marks, unusual features, and overall condition. Even small differences can separate a common coin from a rare one. Using magnification tools and proper lighting can help reveal hidden details. The demand for rare coins continues to grow worldwide. As more people become interested in alternative investments, coins are gaining popularity. Unlike stocks or digital assets, coins are physical, tangible, and historically rich. This gives them a unique appeal. However, not every 1964 Liberty coin will be worth a fortune. Many are still valued mainly for their silver content, which itself is significant. But the real treasures are the rare variants, the ones with unique characteristics that set them apart. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating stories in the world of coin collecting, the legendary 1969 Liberty coin, a coin surrounded by mystery, value, and history that continues to excite collectors across the world. This coin belongs to the famous Lincoln cent series, first introduced in 1909 to honor President Abraham Lincoln. Over the years, billions of these coins were minted by the United States Mint, and most of them are only worth their face value. But hidden among these ordinary coins are rare variations that can change a person's life overnight. Now let's talk about the year 1969. This was a time when coin production was high, demand was growing, and small minting errors started appearing. The D mint mark on a coin means it was produced in Denver. At first glance, a 1969 Lincoln cent looks completely normal. The portrait of Lincoln on the front, the word Liberty on the side, and the year stamped clearly. Nothing unusual. But in the world of collectors, the smallest detail can turn a common coin into a treasure. There is often confusion between the 1969 D coin and the much more famous 1969 S double die coin. The 1969 S version is known for its dramatic doubling in the letters and numbers, making it one of the most valuable pennies ever discovered. Some of those have sold for tens of thousands of dollars, and in rare cases even higher depending on condition. But here's where things get interesting. Some collectors believe that certain 1969 D coins also carry subtle minting variations, misalignments, or rare die characteristics that are not widely documented. These are not always obvious. You need to look very closely at the lettering, the spacing, and even the texture of the coin's surface. When people talk about extremely high values like $787,976.48, it's important to understand that such prices are not for ordinary coins. A coin reaching that level of value would need to be almost perfect in condition, what collectors call mint state, and also have a unique feature that makes it stand out from millions of others. Condition plays a massive role. A coin that has been circulated, scratched, or worn down loses most of its value. But a coin that has been preserved carefully, with sharp details, original shine, and no damage can be worth hundreds or even thousands of times more than its face value. Another key factor is rarity. If only a few coins with a specific error or feature exist, collectors will compete to own them. This competition drives prices higher and higher. Auctions become intense, and sometimes a single coin can surprise everyone by selling far above expectations. History also adds to the value. Coins from certain years carry stories of economic changes, minting challenges, or unique production runs. The late 1960s were a transitional period for U.S. coinage, with changes in metal composition and minting techniques. These changes sometimes resulted in unusual coins slipping into circulation. Imagine finding one of these rare coins in your pocket change. It sounds unbelievable, but it has happened before. People have discovered valuable coins in jars, old collections, or even in everyday transactions. That's what makes coin collecting so exciting. Every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a fortune. If you ever come across a 1969 D Liberty coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. Check the details. Look for anything unusual. Compare it with verified examples. And if you think you have something special, consider getting it evaluated by a professional grading service. Coin collecting is not just about money. It's about history, curiosity, and the thrill of discovery. The idea that something so small can carry so much value is what keeps collectors searching, learning, and exploring. And who knows, the next time you receive a handful of coins, you might be holding something extraordinary without even realizing it. That's the magic of coins. That's the mystery of the 1969 D Liberty. And that's why collectors around the world never stop looking. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in numismatics, the top Liberty coins, their history, and how certain pieces from around 1975 have shocked collectors with their incredible market value. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that looks completely normal, something you might even overlook in your daily life. But hidden inside that small piece of metal could be a story stretching back decades, tied to history, design, rarity, and demand. That's exactly what makes Liberty coins so special. Liberty coins are not just currency. They represent freedom, identity, and the artistic evolution of coin design. The image of liberty has appeared on many United States coins over the years, symbolizing hope and independence. From flowing hair designs to seated figures and later modern interpretations, liberty has always been more than just a face on a coin, it's a symbol that collectors admire deeply. Now let's focus on something truly exciting, coins around the 1975 era. At first glance, you might think coins from this period are common. After all, they were produced in large quantities. But here's where things get interesting. Certain rare variations, minting errors, and special conditions can turn an ordinary 1975 coin into something extremely valuable. One of the biggest reasons a coin's value skyrockets is rarity. Not all coins are created equal. Some may have been minted in smaller numbers, while others might contain errors that make them unique. These errors could be anything from double strikes, missing mint marks, or unusual metal compositions. Collectors are always hunting for these rare features because they make a coin one of a kind. Condition is another powerful factor. A coin that has been preserved in near-perfect condition can be worth significantly more than one that has been circulated. Professional grading systems rank coins based on their condition, and even a small difference in grade can mean thousands of dollars in value. Now let's talk about market value, the part that excites everyone. Some Liberty coins, depending on their rarity and condition, have been known to sell for astonishing amounts. While most coins from the 1970s are not extremely rare, certain exceptional pieces have reached prices that surprise even experienced collectors. There are cases where coins have been valued in the hundreds, thousands, or even higher depending on demand. The figure you mentioned, a very high value, reflects the kind of excitement and speculation that exists in the coin market. However, it's important to understand that such extreme values are usually tied to very rare, unique, or error coins, not standard circulation pieces. Collectors don't just look at the coin itself, they look at its story. Where did it come from? How many exist? What makes it different? These questions drive the market and create intense competition among buyers. Another fascinating aspect is how the coin market changes over time. A coin that was once ignored can suddenly become highly desirable. Trends shift, new discoveries are made, and collectors begin to focus on specific years or types. This dynamic nature of the market is what keeps it exciting. The 1975 period is particularly interesting because it sits in a modern era where coins were mass-produced, yet hidden gems still exist. This creates a unique situation where everyday people might unknowingly own something valuable. If you're wondering whether you might have a valuable coin, here are a few things to look for. Check the year carefully. Look for unusual markings or errors. Examine the coin's condition, is it worn, or does it still have sharp details? Even small differences can matter a lot. Magnification tools can help reveal details that are not visible to the naked eye. Many collectors use special lights and lenses to inspect coins closely. This level of detail is what separates casual interest from serious collecting. Another important tip is authentication. If you believe you have a rare coin, getting it professionally graded and authenticated can significantly increase its value. Buyers trust certified coins more, and it helps avoid disputes over authenticity. Now let's talk about why people are so passionate about Liberty coins. It's not just about money. It's about history, art, and the thrill of discovery. Each coin tells a story, of the time it was made, the people who used it, and the journey it has taken over the years. For many collectors, the real excitement comes from the hunt. Searching through old collections, visiting coin shops, attending auctions, it's like a treasure hunt where the prize could be life-changing. And then there's the emotional side. Holding a rare coin connects you to the past in a way few other objects can. It's a tangible piece of history that you can actually touch. As the market continues to grow, more people are becoming interested in coin collecting. Online platforms, auctions, and communities have made it easier than ever to learn and participate. This increased interest can also drive prices higher, especially for rare pieces. But it's important to stay realistic. Not every coin is worth a fortune. While there are incredible success stories, they are usually the exception, not the rule. The key is knowledge, understanding what makes a coin valuable and being able to recognize those features. If you're just starting out, take your time. Learn about different coin types, study their designs, and familiarize yourself with grading systems. The more you know, the better your chances of finding something truly special. And remember, even if a coin isn't worth thousands, it can still be valuable in other ways. It can be a piece of history, a conversation starter, or the beginning of a lifelong hobby. So next time you come across an old coin, don't ignore it. Take a closer look. You never know, it might just be hiding a story worth far more than you expect. Today, we're diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in numismatics, Liberty coins, especially those connected to the late 1970s, and how some of them have reached astonishing market values that can climb into hundreds of thousands, or even more under the right conditions. Let's begin with the idea of liberty. In American coinage, liberty isn't just a design, it's a symbol. For centuries, liberty has represented freedom, independence, and identity. From early flowing hair designs to the elegant walking liberty and the bold modern interpretations, liberty has always been at the heart of U.S. coin artistry. These coins are not just currency, they are expressions of a nation's ideals. Now, when we talk about 1979, many collectors immediately think of a major shift in U.S. coin history. That year marked the introduction of the Susan B. Anthony dollar, a coin that, while not always loved by the public at the time, has become incredibly important in the collector's world. While it doesn't carry the classic standing Liberty figure, it still represents a continuation of symbolic American imagery and is often grouped into discussions around modern collectible U.S. coins. Here's where things get interesting. Not every 1979 coin is valuable, but certain rare variations, minting errors, and pristine conditions can push values to extraordinary levels. A standard $1,979 coin might only be worth face value or slightly more. But a rare variety, such as the 1979p wide rim or near-date version, can command significantly higher prices. In mint condition, especially graded by professional services, these coins can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But what about those jaw-dropping numbers like $787,976.46? That's not the value of a typical 1979 coin, it represents the upper extreme of the coin market, where rarity, historical importance, and condition collide. Coins that reach those levels are often one-of-a-kind errors, ultra-rare specimens, or coins with exceptional provenance. Sometimes, It's not just the coin itself, but the story behind it, that drives the price sky high. Collectors look for several key factors when determining a coin's value. First is rarity, how many of these coins exist today. Second is condition, often graded on a scale from poor to perfect mint state. Third is demand, how many collectors are actively searching for this coin. And finally, historical significance, does the coin represent something unique or important? Let's talk about mint marks. Coins minted in different locations can vary in value. In 1979, U.S. coins were struck in Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Each mint produced coins with subtle differences. For example, proof coins from San Francisco are often more detailed and were specially made for collectors. These can carry higher values, especially if preserved in perfect condition. Errors are another huge factor. A small mistake during minting, like a double strike, off-center design, or missing detail, can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. These errors are rare because quality control at mints is very strict. So when an error slips through, it becomes highly desirable. Now imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that looks slightly different. Maybe the date is closer to the rim, or the lettering appears thicker than usual. That small detail could be the difference between a $1 coin and one worth hundreds or more. That's the thrill of coin collecting, it turns everyday objects into potential treasure. Over the years, the market for collectible coins has grown massively. Auctions now attract bidders from around the world. Online platforms have made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and evaluate coins. Professional grading companies encapsulate coins in protective cases and assign them a grade, which helps establish trust and value in the marketplace. But here's something important, most coins are not worth a fortune. It takes knowledge, patience, and sometimes a bit of luck to find truly valuable pieces. That's why education is key. The more you learn about coin history, minting processes, and grading standards, the better your chances of spotting something special. Liberty coins, whether classic or modern, continue to capture the imagination of collectors. Their designs are timeless, their symbolism powerful, and their potential value exciting. From early silver dollars to later commemorative issues, each coin tells a story. If you're just starting out, don't worry about finding a $1 million coin right away. Start by examining the coins you already have. Look closely at the dates, mint marks, and details. Compare them with known varieties. Use a magnifying glass if needed. You might be surprised by what you discover. And remember, the true value of coin collecting isn't always measured in dollars. It's about the thrill of discovery, the connection to history, and the satisfaction of building a collection over time. Of course, if one of those coins turns out to be worth a small fortune, that's a pretty great bonus. Now imagine turning this passion into something bigger, a YouTube channel dedicated to uncovering hidden coin treasures. A perfect name could be Coin Script. A place where every video dives deep into rare coins, market trends, and unbelievable finds. A channel where viewers learn how to identify valuable coins and understand what makes them special. Picture this: dramatic intros, close-up shots of rare coins, storytelling that brings history to life, and real market insights that keep viewers coming back. You're not just showing coins, you're revealing secrets, unlocking value, and building curiosity. As the market continues to evolve, one thing remains constant: there will always be hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Whether it's a rare Liberty design, a unique 1979 variation, or an unexpected mint error, the next valuable coin could be closer than you think. So next time you see a coin, don't just spend it. Look at it. Study it. Because in the world of coin collecting, even the smallest detail can lead to the biggest reward. Today, we dive deep into the captivating journey of the top Liberty coin, focusing especially on the 1990D edition, its history, its mystery, and the surprising truth about its current market value. Imagine holding a coin in your hand, a simple piece of metal that has traveled through countless pockets, passed from person to person, across cities and states, perhaps even across countries. Now imagine that same coin being valued not just as loose change, but as a collector's treasure worth hundreds, thousands, or even an astonishing amount like $787,976.45. It sounds unbelievable, but in the world of rare coins, stories like this are what make collectors and enthusiasts constantly search through their spare change. The top Liberty coin represents more than just currency. It represents history, craftsmanship, and the evolution of a nation's identity. The Liberty design has always held symbolic importance, portraying freedom, strength, and the ideals upon which a country stands. Over the years, coins featuring Liberty have become highly collectible, especially when rare variations, minting errors, or limited releases come into play. Now let's focus on the 1990 D coin. At first glance, it may look like any ordinary coin minted in Denver. The D mint mark signifies that it was produced at the Denver Mint, one of the major coin production facilities. Millions of coins were struck there in 1990, and most of them entered circulation without any special attention. However, what makes certain 1990 D coins incredibly valuable is not their age alone, but the unique characteristics that set a few of them apart from the rest. Collectors are always searching for specific details. These can include minting errors such as double strikes, off-center designs, missing elements, or unusual metal compositions. Sometimes, even the smallest imperfection can turn a common coin into a rare collectible. In the case of the 1990 D Liberty-style coins, there have been reports and discussions among collectors about rare variations that have fetched extremely high prices in auctions. The value of a coin is determined by several factors. Rarity is one of the most important. If only a handful of coins with a particular feature exist, their demand naturally increases. Condition is another critical factor. Coins that have been preserved in near-perfect condition, often referred to as mint state, can command significantly higher prices. Grading agencies play a major role here, assigning numerical grades that help buyers and sellers determine a coin's quality. Another factor is historical significance. Coins tied to specific events, transitions in design, or unique production periods often become more desirable. The 1990 era sits at an interesting point in modern coinage, where traditional minting methods were still prominent, yet subtle changes were being introduced. Now, about that incredible value figure. While most 1990 D coins are only worth their face value or slightly more, there have been exceptional cases where rare error coins or pristine examples have sold for astonishing amounts. The figure of $787,976.45 represents the kind of headline-grabbing valuation that fuels the excitement in the coin collecting community. It is important to understand that such prices are not for ordinary coins, but for extremely rare, verified, and highly sought-after specimens. This is where the thrill begins. People all over the world start checking their coin jars, drawers, and wallets, hoping they might stumble upon one of these hidden treasures. The idea that something so valuable could be sitting unnoticed in everyday life is what makes coin collecting so addictive and exciting. The journey of a coin from minting to becoming a collector's item is long and unpredictable. A coin minted in 1990 could have spent years in circulation, accumulating wear and tear, or it could have been preserved carefully by someone who recognized its potential. Over time, as fewer high-quality examples remain, their value increases, especially when demand rises among collectors. The market for rare coins is dynamic. Prices can fluctuate based on trends, discoveries of new specimens, and changes in collector interest. Auctions play a significant role in setting these prices. When a rare coin is put up for auction, collectors from around the world compete to acquire it, sometimes driving the price far beyond expectations. For anyone interested in entering the world of coin collecting, the story of the 1990 D Liberty coin serves as a perfect example of why attention to detail matters. Learning how to identify mint marks, understanding grading systems, and recognizing potential errors can make a huge difference. It is also a reminder that value is not always obvious. What looks ordinary at first glance can hold extraordinary worth. This idea extends beyond coins and into many aspects of life, but in the world of numismatics, it becomes a tangible and exciting reality. As you continue to explore your own collection or even your daily change, keep an eye out for anything unusual. Look closely at the date, the mint mark, the design details. Sometimes, the difference between a common coin and a rare treasure lies in the smallest detail. The legacy of Liberty coins continues to inspire collectors and historians alike. They are not just pieces of metal, but storytellers, carrying with them the history of their time, the craftsmanship of their creators, and the journeys they have taken. And who knows, the next time you receive a coin and change, you might be holding something far more valuable than you ever imagined. The thrill of discovery is always just one coin away. Welcome to the world of hidden treasures, where history meets value, and where every coin has a story waiting to be uncovered. Today, we are diving deep into one of the most talked about coins among enthusiasts, the mysterious and highly sought-after 1992 Liberty coin. This coin may look ordinary at first glance, but its story, rarity, and potential value can turn a simple piece of metal into something worth a life-changing amount of money. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. It sounds unbelievable, but in the world of numismatics, this is not just a dream, it's reality. The 1992 Liberty coin has become a symbol of this possibility. Many people overlook it, thinking it's just another common coin, but experts know that certain variations of this coin are incredibly rare. To understand why this coin is so special, we need to go back in time. The United States Mint has been producing coins for centuries, and over the years, small changes in design, minting errors, and limited releases have created coins that are now considered extremely valuable. The 1992 D coin comes from the Denver Mint, which is marked by the small d you'll find on the coin. While millions of coins were produced that year, only a very small number have the features that make them rare. One of the most important things collectors look for in the 1992 D Liberty coin is a specific design detail known as the close AM variety. This refers to the spacing between the letters A and M in the word America on the reverse side of the coin. In most coins from that era, the letters are spaced apart, but in this rare variety, the letters are very close together. This small detail can make an enormous difference in value. Now, let's talk about value, the part that gets everyone excited. While most 1992 D coins are only worth their face value, the rare close AM variety can sell for thousands of dollars. In exceptional condition, graded by professional services, these coins have been known to reach prices that shock even experienced collectors. Some reports and market discussions suggest values climbing into the hundreds of thousands, depending on condition, rarity, and demand. Figures like $787,976.44 may sound extreme, but they highlight just how serious the market can get when rarity meets demand. Condition plays a massive role in determining value. Coins that are uncirculated, meaning they have never been used in everyday transactions, are far more valuable than those that show wear and tear. Collectors carefully examine coins under magnification, looking for scratches, discoloration, and any imperfections. A coin in near-perfect condition can multiply its value many times over. Another fascinating aspect of the 1992 D Liberty coin is the possibility of minting errors. Errors are like accidents during the coin production process, but instead of reducing value, they often increase it. Double strikes, off-center designs, and unusual markings can turn an ordinary coin into a collector's dream. These unique features make each coin one of a kind, adding to its appeal. The history behind Liberty coins adds another layer of intrigue. The image of Liberty has been a powerful symbol in American coinage, representing freedom, independence, and national pride. Over the years, this symbol has evolved, appearing in different styles and designs, but always carrying the same meaning. Holding a Liberty coin is like holding a piece of history, a connection to the ideals that shaped a nation. Today we are diving deep into one of the most fascinating topics in the world of coin collecting, the story, mystery, and surprising market value behind top Liberty coins, including examples from 1996 and why some of these coins are being talked about with massive price tags that can shock even experienced collectors. Imagine holding a simple coin in your hand, something that looks ordinary at first glance, but in reality could be worth thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That is the magic of Liberty coins. These coins are not just currency, they are pieces of history, art, and sometimes pure luck. The Liberty design has been one of the most iconic images in coin history. The figure of Liberty represents freedom, strength, and identity. Over the years, different versions of Liberty coins have been minted, each carrying its own story, design style, and rarity level. From early American coinage to modern collectibles, Liberty coins have always held a special place in the market. Now let's talk about something very important. Not every Liberty coin is valuable. This is where many people get confused. You might have a Liberty-style coin from 1996 and think it is instantly worth a fortune. But value depends on several key factors. Rarity is the first. Condition is the second. Errors or unique features are the third. And demand in the collector market is the fourth. Coins from 1996 are relatively modern compared to classic Liberty coins from the 1800s. However, certain 1996 coins can still carry higher value if they have mint errors, limited mintage, or special editions. For example, proof coins, coins with double strikes, off-center prints, or unusual metal compositions can attract serious collectors. The number you might have seen, something like $787,976.43, sounds unbelievable. And honestly, in most cases, a 1996 Liberty-style coin will not reach that value. Prices like that are usually connected to extremely rare coins, historical pieces, or one-of-a-kind minting errors that collectors compete heavily to own. But that does not mean your coin is worthless. Even small variations can increase value significantly. The real journey begins when you start examining your coin closely. Look at the edges. Look at the face of Liberty. Check the year, the mint mark, and the condition. Is it scratched or clean? Is the design sharp or worn out? These details can make a huge difference in price. Coin grading is another important factor. Professional grading services evaluate coins and assign them a grade. A higher grade means better condition, and better condition means higher value. A coin in near-perfect condition can be worth many times more than the same coin in average condition. Collectors around the world are constantly searching for rare Liberty coins. Auctions, private sales, and online marketplaces are filled with buyers who are ready to pay high prices for the right piece. Sometimes coins that were ignored for years suddenly become valuable due to increased demand or new discoveries. Another interesting point is errors. Mint errors are like hidden treasures. A small mistake during production can turn a common coin into a rare collectible. Double images, missing letters, incorrect alignment, or unusual shapes can make collectors very interested. History also plays a powerful role. Liberty coins connect us to a time when craftsmanship and symbolism were deeply valued. Each coin carries a story of the era it was made in, the economic conditions, and the artistic vision of its designers. If you believe you have a rare coin, the smartest step is to get it checked by a professional. Do not rush to sell it immediately. Take your time, research, compare, and understand its real value. Sometimes patience can turn a small discovery into a big reward. The market for coins is always changing. Prices go up and down depending on demand, trends, and collector interest. What might not seem valuable today could become highly sought after in the future. Now imagine this. Somewhere out there, someone found a simple coin in their drawer, decided to check it, and discovered it was worth a fortune. That possibility is what keeps collectors excited and always searching. So the next time you come across a Liberty coin, do not ignore it. Take a closer look. You might be holding more than just metal. You might be holding history, rarity, and maybe even a hidden treasure. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the world of Liberty coins and want more content like this, make sure to stay connected with the channel Coins. Because in this world, every coin has a story, and some stories are worth a lot more than you can imagine. Today we're diving deep into one of the most talked about categories among collectors right now, Liberty coins, and especially the fascinating case of the 2005 D coin and how something so ordinary can spark extraordinary interest in the current market. Liberty coins have always held a special place in the world of coin collecting. The word liberty itself represents freedom, identity, and history, and coins carrying that name often connect directly to important moments in a nation's past. From early designs featuring Lady Liberty to modern interpretations, these coins are more than currency, they are miniature time capsules. Over decades, collectors have chased rare Liberty designs, mint errors, and unique variations that can turn a simple coin into something worth hundreds, thousands, or even far more in rare cases. Now let's talk about the modern era, where coins like the 2005 D issue start gaining attention. The D Mint mark represents the Denver Mint, one of the key facilities responsible for producing circulating coins in the United States. Millions of coins are struck every year, but not all coins are created equal. Tiny differences in production, condition, and rarity can dramatically change how much a coin is worth today. The 2005 D coins, especially those connected with Liberty-themed designs or circulating series, have sparked curiosity among collectors. Most of these coins were produced in large numbers, which means the majority you find in your pocket are only worth their face value. However, and this is where things get interesting, certain examples stand out due to errors, exceptional condition, or unusual features. Coin errors are one of the biggest reasons a modern coin suddenly becomes valuable. These errors can include off-center strikes, double dies, missing elements, or unusual textures caused during minting. When a coin leaves the mint with a mistake, it becomes unique, and uniqueness drives demand. A rare error coin from 2005 D could sell for far more than expected, especially if it is verified and graded by professionals. Condition is another major factor that separates a common coin from a valuable one. In the coin world, grading is everything. A coin that looks brand new, with sharp details and no visible wear, is considered to be in mint state. These coins are often graded on a scale, and even a small difference in grade can mean a huge jump in value. A 2005 D coin in average circulated condition might be worth just 1 unit of currency, but the same coin in near-perfect condition could be worth many times more to the right collector. There has been a lot of hype online about certain coins being worth incredibly high amounts, sometimes with numbers reaching into hundreds of thousands or more. Claims like a coin being worth $787,976.42 grab attention instantly. But it's important to stay grounded in reality. While there are indeed coins that have sold for massive amounts, those are usually extremely rare pieces with unique historical significance, very low mintage, or famous error varieties. For a standard 2005 D coin, reaching such a value would be extraordinarily unlikely unless it has a truly one-of-a-kind feature. That said, the excitement around these coins is not completely unfounded. The coin market today is more active than ever. Online auctions, collector communities, and global demand have made it easier for rare coins to find buyers willing to pay premium prices. Even modern coins are being closely examined now, as collectors search for hidden gems that others might have missed. The history behind Liberty imagery adds another layer of appeal. For generations, Liberty has been portrayed in different artistic styles, symbolizing strength, independence, and progress. These designs evolve over time, reflecting cultural shifts and artistic trends. Owning a Liberty coin can feel like holding a piece of that evolving story. When it comes to evaluating a coin like the 2005 D, collectors usually look at several key factors. The mint mark confirms where it was produced. The year connects it to a specific period in production history. The design tells you what series it belongs to. And the condition, along with any unusual features, determines its desirability. All of these elements combine to shape its market value. Another important aspect is authentication. With growing interest in valuable coins, the risk of counterfeit pieces also increases. Serious collectors often rely on professional grading services to confirm authenticity and assign a grade. This not only protects buyers but also adds credibility and often increases the coin's market price. The idea that valuable coins could still be in circulation is what makes this hobby so exciting. Imagine finding a coin in your pocket change that turns out to be rare. It's like a treasure hunt that anyone can participate in. This is why videos about coins continue to attract millions of viewers. People are curious, hopeful, and eager to learn what to look for. The market itself is always changing. Prices rise and fall based on demand, rarity, and trends within the collector community. A coin that is overlooked today might become highly sought after in the future. This dynamic nature keeps collectors engaged and constantly searching. It's also worth noting that not every valuable coin looks obviously special. Some of the most important differences are tiny and require careful inspection. A small doubling in the lettering, a slight shift in alignment, or a subtle variation in design can make a huge difference. This is why experienced collectors often use magnification tools to study coins closely. For beginners, the key is to start paying attention. Look at the coins you already have. Check the dates, the mint marks, and the overall condition. Compare them with known examples online or in collector guides. Over time, your eye will become trained to spot unusual features. The story of Liberty coins, including modern issues like those from 2005D, is really about discovery. It's about understanding that value isn't always obvious at first glance. Sometimes it takes knowledge, patience, and a bit of luck to uncover something truly special. So the next time you come across a coin, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look. You might just be holding something more than spare change. And even if it turns out to be ordinary, you've taken a step into a fascinating world where history, art, and value come together in the smallest of objects.